Trick there we go.
See, now it starts counting. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success. It is Mike Hopkins and Matt Maddox on the 299th episode of Fuel for Success. And as you know, our vision for this show is to bring you motivation and fuel on a regular basis to keep you motivated and in the groove towards your success, giving you principles to help you succeed daily in your health and your spirituality and your life and your family and your business and your finance. And what else? What else is there? In your weather predictions,
Their
everything.
health, yeah, weather prediction, their health, their finances, their reading, their mind, their body. We're all about the mind, body, spirit, man. We work on people's attitudes. How many people do you know, Mike, that just need an attitude adjustment, right?
Almost
Don't you
all
wish
of
there
them.
was a place? What's that?
Almost all of them.
Yeah. Anyways, we've had a good week, and it's been quite an interesting week, but it's been a good week. I'm looking forward to this new week here. So, Mike, big day for us. This is our 299th episode of Fuel for Success, which means tomorrow, y'all, bigger than the 4th of July, we are celebrating, not bigger than the 4th of July, of course, we are celebrating episode 300, which is huge. 300 talk shows. Mike and I started Fuel for Success on a whim, literally at 2:30 in the morning on New Year's Day. I called him to wish him Happy New Year's. We got to chatting. Next thing you know, I'm like, dude, we ought to do something huge, man. He's like, let's do it. I was like, well, maybe like a radio show or some kind of like TV show, or let's do some kind of daily internet talk show. And Mike was like, let's go. And he was like, when do you want to start? We both were like, hey, let's start tomorrow. And bam, there we go. And here we are almost 300 episodes later, man. It's been awesome. What a thrill. What a fun time, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've learned a lot. And
A lot.
someday you'll read the book and you'll go, I can't believe it.
Yeah. When they read our book, they will say, whoa, those dudes are crazy. Those dudes are determined. Those dudes are creative. Those dudes are nuts. And then they're going to want to buy us. They're going to want to take us on a cruise, man. What can you say?
Probably.
So talk to us about what's going on today, because after you do, I got a little excerpt I want to read from my book, Just Juice It, that I was kind of going through it this morning, and I thought it would be good to just kind of share a little excerpt here.
Okay. Well, today's Tuesday, and we'll be talking about health and health-related topics, weight loss. We're actually going to talk a little bit about emotional eating today, which is a
Yes.
powerful topic. We've done an entire webinar on this, but we want to bring some relevant information to people about emotional eating because it's such a powerful topic. My video is driving me crazy, man. I got to
Mike's
fix
playing
this.
a strobe light this morning. If you're not on Fuel for Success, he's playing a strobe light here.
I don't know what's going on. I'm about to smash my camera with a hammer. Let me just put it that way. I'm happy. I mean, I'm positive, but I'm not angry. I'm just, once in a while you just have to deal decisively with a situation.
Yeah.
Hey, so anyhow, so did you want to read the excerpt now, or you want to get to that in a minute?
I want to read it because the question, I did a little Q&A section in my juice book. I think it was a total of hold on, let's count them. 25 questions, Q&A. And one of the questions, what if my family won't support my juicing lifestyle? And this is what I wrote. Keep a positive attitude about it, but don't let their negative words or attitude keep you from doing what you know is right for your health. Set the example and let them see the results from juicing. Have a meeting with your family and ask for their support. Be very clear that your intention is not to push your passion on them, but that you would like for them to try different juices until they find ones that they like. If you have a spouse that is overweight or trying to get healthy, make sure that you give them 100% support and do the journey with them. Mike, I think that's so important on so many levels. Number one, I like the part where, you've got to stay positive even when you're not getting support about healthy lifestyle from your family. I know a lot of wives that are really into juicing and their husbands are still into the steak and baked potatoes because they got big old beer guts, and vice versa. I know a lot of, we get emails daily from people that are like, I'm trying so hard, but my kids and my husband or my kids and my wife, they're not on board. No matter what, you've got to keep positive energy in your life if you're going to live a healthy lifestyle. You have to. You can't let their negative energy or attitude, but you got to set an example and just let them see the results. And I like the idea of having a meeting with the family and saying, look, man, I'm not trying to push this on you guys. If you don't want to do it, I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to think less of you. I would love for you guys to at least try. Let me try making you a juice that I think you guys would like. A lot of times, Mike, it's pride. It's just flat out pride, man. I mean, some people are like, I'm not into that juicing. Why? Tell me why. I'm just not in. Yeah, but why? Why aren't you into juicing? Tell me why. You're saying that you don't feel like your body needs fruits and vegetables? Why? Like, it's almost like people that are unhealthy. It's funny to me when people try to get healthy, how quickly all the unhealthy people want to give advice. Like, be careful of that juicing. I've heard things. Really? What have you heard? Talk to me. What have you heard? Anyways, so that's my advice, Mike. I just thought I'd share a little Q&A, and maybe next Tuesday I'll throw out another Q&A question from the book. For example, this is a big one we'll talk about next week. Is it okay to drink juices in the store that say 100% juice? And my first sentence is absolutely not. And we'll leave you for that until next Tuesday.
Right.
Mike, let's talk, man. How have you been, dude? Talk to me. Give me an update of what's going on with you.
Living the dream. I'm in a new studio here. I haven't quite gotten it arranged, but we're making progress day by day. I've actually been a little bit under the weather, which is extremely unusual for me. As you know, when you eat healthy and you juice daily, your immune system is extremely high. So I'm not sure if there's been, extra stress and things of that nature, but I've been a little under the weather.
It's stress.
I do like
stress. Me knowing you as your best friend, there's only one reason you're under the weather right now. It's because of the weight of stress. It's been crazy, but we're going to get out of it, man. We're going to get through it. We're going to climb. Hey, you remember that old country song? You see that mountain over there? Yeah, one of these days we're going to climb that mountain. That's me and Mike right there, y'all.
I was going for my guitar there. Do a little Alabama for you live here on the show.
Play me some mountain music, baby. The intro, though, just gives me goosebumps, man. Sorry you're feeling on the weather, man.
Yeah. Lack of sleep, that might contribute.
Still so committed to the show. Here he is not feeling good. Still, he don't miss. Mike has never texted me one time in 299 episodes and said, hey, bro, I don't feel up to doing the show today. Never.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
Probably.
Well, you might have said I don't feel up to doing it. Here's the link.
Knock yourself out, Bubba. What in the world are we talking about? Hey, from the excerpt in your book that you read, one thing that I want to pull out of that is really one of the most difficult, and this is the craziest thing. You would think I'm going to make a decision in my life to be healthier, to do things that are good for me, that will help me. People who love me should support that.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish that was the case. It doesn't really happen that way. Sorry to burst your bubble. People will hate on you. You'll hit rocky parts. People will not understand. They'll give you all kinds of grief, and deal. You know what? Just get used to it. It's going to happen. People are going to hate on you. Use it for
That's why you need My Health 90. That's why you need My Health 90, because we are your family. We are your support. We are there for you when nobody's there for you. Trust me, you need My Health 90, because this journey of losing weight and getting healthy, don't try to do it alone. There's just, I mean, you need a support system. So go to myhealth90.com and check it out. Don't check it out. Go to myhealth90 and join. There's zero risk in joining myhealth90. So go to myhealth90 and join. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry's been through myhealth90. I think she's a gold member too. Appreciate the shout out, Miss Sherry. So yeah, I know Bridget's in it, Pacey's in it, Mary's in it, Susan, who's an inspiration. They're all an inspiration, Mike. The amount of people, I mean, look at Mark Wilson. I don't know if he's on the show today. He just finished My Health 90, lost 40 pounds. What a difference that makes. He's a grown man. He's a married dude. I guarantee you lovemaking for them has just gotten so much better. Losing 40 pounds? Come on, man. That's definitely in the top 5 benefits of losing weight. But anyways, Mike, keep me on track here, my friend.
We should get them on the show and interview them about that.
Let's do it. Done deal. Let's do it. I feel it for Tuesday. Oh, you mean about that? Hey, first question. Ready? So, tell me, since you lost the 40 pounds, has lovemaking gotten better? Could you imagine the response? Don't even prep them. I just would love to see the reaction.
You're like, are we live? Really? Hey, if I seem fidgety, it's because...
Go ahead.
No. If I seem fidgety, it's
actually,
because
lovemaking is better than the word sex, right? I mean, to me, I feel good that I'm using that. It feels classy.
Maybe. I don't know. One seems more clinical. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what are we talking about? We're 11 minutes in. Let's get to the questions.
Yeah,
hey,
we're doing a Q&A segment here, and I'd like to see some questions.
Yes. Everybody who's watching live, by all means, ask questions. Type them in the chat box. Ask in the question thing. If you're watching on Periscope, ask a question there too. That's all good. Yeah. Tweet us. We'll see it.
I just talked to you on Periscope. He just talked to all of you.
Hey, okay, Scopers. All you Scopers, send in questions. Do it now. Don't delay. If you're watching later on the archive, you can email us, mike@mattmaddox.com, or text us 727-341-5599, and we'll get your question on as quick as you can.
Mike, since I know you keep a legal pad, make a note to remind me to say something on Thursday in our business show about naming a business, okay? Just remind me. See? That's how Mike rolls. All right, we're going to get to our questions, Periscope. If you have questions, feel free. Spreecasters, you know what to do. Yeah, Mike?
First question. Yeah, they know what to do. Listen, it's 299 episodes. If you haven't figured out by now, you might as well give up. Okay. So, I didn't mean that. Sorry. So, listen, yesterday you did an awesome video for our gold members about emotional eating, our My Health 90 gold members. And I'm wondering if you can just, there's so much about emotional eating, and it was such a great video. I wonder if you could just pull out a couple of points from that and share them with our viewers today. Just a few points about emotional eating, if you don't mind.
Well, because you and I believe in giving, and this video is specifically it's not even for those in My Health 90. It's only for our gold members, people that continue past the 90 days and continue through a year of coaching and training where they get a weekly coaching video, right? So here's the deal. This video on how to overcome emotional eating actually wasn't even called How to Overcome Emotional Eating. Right. It was called A Master Plan for Overcoming Emotional Eating. Mike, have you ever been outside and looked up in the clouds and said, it looks like it's about to rain? Or have you ever been and said, man, it looks like there's a bad storm coming in? You know, Mike, here's the deal. Most of us have never set a plan in motion, a procedure. Like, to live life without procedures is dangerous. Without a plan. Like, you know, pilots have it. They have it in the emergency room. Doctors have it. Nurses have it. And I'm just in shock at how few of us develop procedures for our personal lives. So like for me, Mike, stress eating is normal. Like remember, at one time I was 45 pounds overweight and sick all the time. Remember that, you know, I've lived this. I know what it's like. Dude, I know what it's like to stress eat and emotional eat and just lose it. And Mike, I literally had to get practical about it. You know, practical wins. Emotions are so powerful that sometimes the only way through the emotions is one practical step after another. You know, you have to turn to the practical when there's an emotional avalanche coming at you. And you know, Mike, so you gotta know your triggers. You gotta know when the stress, just like I know when it looks like it's about to rain or it looks like, whoa, no, you know, your kid's, Dad, can I go play outside? No, I don't know. It looks pretty bad out there, right? So you act a little different by, you can just tell like the triggers of emotional. So if you're under a lot of stress, you know, if you have a lot of pressure in your life, if you have a lot of problems or whatever it may be, you know, you've got to be aware. And what I do, Mike, whenever I'm in stress and I feel myself begin to emotionally eat, you know, this happened the other day, literally the other day, and it wasn't even one of my cheat meals, and I was getting ready to eat something bad, and my son said, Dad, don't do it. You're just stress eating. And I was like, wow, you're right. Like, I'm so glad that it was a reminder. Although I knew it was coming, I created a 10-step procedure, Mike, a 10-step practical procedure of what to do when I feel myself stressy, emotionally, or whatever. And I was telling our people, look, do all 10 of these practical steps before you eat. And if you'll do them before you eat, then you can eat. Just do these 10 steps. I can't give all 10, Mike, because obviously they're for our gold members only. Kind of one of the benefits. I'll give you 2 of the 10 that I do. And one of them is I literally make a gratitude list. I write it down. I write down a list of things that I am grateful for at my peak of stress or emotions when I'm getting ready to go grab a, you know, whatever. Literally, I'm going to tell you, I literally did this yesterday. I went into Starbucks, hello situation, you know, whatever. And I was just going to get a Frappuccino. I wanted a s'mores Frappuccino and one of them lemon pound cakes. I was like, screw it. I am getting a lemon pound cake and a s'mores Frappuccino. Screw it. I deserve it, right? It's not gonna kill me. I'm not gonna have a heart attack by doing this. I'm not gonna get fat, right? I was like, so I'm gonna do it. I was like, I paused for a minute, and when I went up to the line, I said, I'll take a large glass of ice water, please. I got my large glass of ice water, sat down, and I pulled out my little journal thing, and I just started writing 10 things I was grateful for. Second thing I'll give you is when people join My Health 90, one of the first exercises that we have them do, it's more important than getting on a treadmill, it's more important than a workout plan, it's even more important than a meal plan. One of the first things we do is have them write down a list of why they want to lose weight, why they want to be healthy. And Mike, one of my procedures whenever I'm tempted to stress eat or emotionally is I make myself read that list out loud, why I want to be healthy and why I want to lose weight. And Mike, when you revisit the whys of your life, it has a way of snapping you out. Now remember, there's 10 things I do. And honestly, anytime I do all 10 of these, I never lose the battle. Never. Because practical wins, Mike. Emotions are too powerful. You can't fight emotions with emotions. You're not going to have a stronger emotional willpower to take on massive stress. So you've got to have a procedure that you turn to and say, okay, I'm going to do these 10 things before. Mike, this could apply to anybody that's struggling with alcohol, any type of addiction, porn, nicotine, drugs. Right. Listen, addictions are real, man. And one of the reasons why people are not breaking addictions is because they don't have any procedures of what they do before, whatever it might be. It's like literally, I gave our My Health 90 people 7 questions to ask yourself before you eat. And dude, literally, imagine if people slowed down and asked these 7 questions before they ate. It would cause them. We do so much reactionary stuff, and we do stuff out of emotion that a lot of times we lose the battle because of that. And then, another thing, I'll give you a bonus. One of the things that I do, and I taught our My Health 90 Gold members to do, is write down why you should not eat emotionally. Write it down. Why I'm not going to eat emotionally. And writing that down and slowing down to do these things, Mike's, 99% of the time, you're not going to give in and stress eat.
Good. Hey, I love the idea of putting procedures in place, having, the steps predefined, because I'm all about willpower, to use willpower as much as you can, but that'll only take you so far. Listen, there's times when you can't, your willpower can't overcome the emotional situation. It can't overcome whatever you're in. But when you have a procedure, when you have a policy in place, like a personal policy, like this is what I do in this situation, you always fall back on. You've got a routine, you've got a procedure, you've got a process. Fall back on that, and willpower doesn't even enter the picture anymore. And so it's a much more powerful scenario for you, gets you through those situations. Susan had asked, how do you channel those crazy, out of control emotions into positive actions? I think you gave some great examples there. Anything else you want to say towards that question?
I just want to throw this out, Mike. You really should slow down and develop a procedure or policy for every area of your life. Your finances, your relationships, your parenting, your spouse. If you and your wife or you and your husband had policies or procedures, one, we never go to bed angry. We never spend more than $100 without letting each other know, or whatever. Whatever it is. If your personal finance policy is, I never spend more than $200 without waiting 24 hours. I don't know, whatever it's going to be. You need to set something. See, this keeps you from being such a reactionary fly-by-night person. The more this is crazy to hear me talk about being systematic and procedure-driven and policy-driven, because it's so not my personality. But, Mike, I've had to do this kind of stuff to survive the success. Right. There's a good subject, Mike. How do you survive success? We always talk about surviving failure. How do you survive success? Okay, so to throw into Susan's question, Susan, what was it again? How do you channel those out of control emotions? A lot of it by breathing, meditating, gratitude, writing down 10. Okay, you ready for this, Susan? Go do this. Go write down 10 things you're going to do next time you feel those out of control emotions coming on you. And if you would put into place breathing and not making a phone call within an hour, not, in other words, like they say, never discipline your kids when you're angry. Never. That's parenting rule 101, right? So if you live by that, I'm never going to discipline my son when I'm angry. So always remember this about all emotions. Time settles emotions. So you got to give yourself time before you act. So just don't let yourself act like that. I always say, never make a major decision when you're in a low, and never make a major decision when you're in a high. You know what I'm saying? So giving yourself time before you react. Abraham Lincoln said he used to write letters to his enemies, wait 24 hours, and then throw them in the trash. It's a good rule. Instead of going off on somebody in email, write it and file it, You don't always got to click send. Send is sometimes your best friend, and sometimes it's your worst enemy. So giving yourself time, Mike's really good at this. Having a best friend like Mike, Susan, is definitely a huge help, because this dude keeps me more level than anybody you could imagine. I've never seen anybody so just level. I've been with him in the most intense situations in Mission 25. I'm like, Mike, what are we going to do? I'm shaking him at 4 a.m. Mike, you're not going to believe it. Starbucks won't open for another 2 hours, and we got 1,000 homeless people. He goes, okay, we'll figure it out. He's yawning. He's like, okay, And I'm like, Mike, you don't get it, dude. He's like, hey, just chill. He's like, but anyway, it's good. It's good to have that, though. It's always good to have people around you that balance out your personality.
That's true. And and I have the same in Matt. He balances out my personality. So, because he'll
I
say,
don't know how to take that.
he'll be like, God, can you believe that we just did this? We just, this unbelievable, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty cool. He's like, you don't care. You're not
I know.
excited. I'm like,
Not
no, I'm excited. This is me
Something
excited.
happens. I'm like, Mike, this is unbelievable. You're like, yeah. I'm like, what? You're not excited?
Like, yeah, this is me excited.
Hope
Okay.
that helps.
Hey,
Susan just asked me a question about emotions, how to deal with emotions. Mike, we should do a webinar on that one day.
how to deal with emotions? Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, Sherry asked a great question. She had an emotional week last week. The issue's better, but her body's sort of crazy, still probably reacting from the stress and everything. And she's asking about a detox, and is water with lemon, the best detox? And I'm gonna let you answer this, Matt. But the first thing I would say to Sherry is to remember that just like everything else in your life, your health is your mind, your body, and your spirit, and you need to detox all three of those as well. But what would you say to Sherry, Matt?
Sherry, great question. Very good question. Sorry you had an emotional week. I'm very sorry about that. People are asking what I'm drinking, Mike. Can I answer real quick? Because this is actually a health subject. This is organic black coffee with coconut water. It's a pour over. It's amazing. This is coffee, the highest quality coffee you can get. It's from Rwanda. The company Rising Stars actually flies to Rwanda to pick it up, and it's out of this world. I mean, I can almost say I'll never drink the coffee S or D again. Yeah, I'm a big fan of black coffee in moderation because it's actually really good for your heart. So no guilt for all the coffee drinkers out there. What you need to feel guilty about is the sugar and cream. It's from Goshen. My boy TJ Mahian got it for me. He did that instead of a gift basket. I'm like, dude, this is perfect. Like, thank you. I don't need a gift basket. Just give me something practical. Give me an iPhone cord. Give me coffee. Give me tea. Give me a book. I'd rather have a book than a gift basket, right? Speaking of book, Mike, I'm going to answer Sherry's question. Don't forget, guys, I don't know if you've heard yet, my son's first book has just come live on Amazon. And knowing the kind of friend Mike is, he's already looking for the link to put it up there. That's just the kind of friend he is. I know him. But yeah, it's on Amazon. It's actually a really good book, my friends. If you have any kids or grandkids, teenagers, this is an absolute must read. Perfect book for them to read before school starts. So get your kids to finish this in the summer. And then even you adults, it'd be a good read for you to read it as well. Sherry, I'm going to be honest about this, okay? When you get into stress situations, your body is gonna react crazy because stress does a lot to your body. I've learned that besides the water, the exercise, the juicing, the laughter, the positive thinking, the gratitude, the one thing that I've had to do during stress is allow myself to sleep past the time when I would normally sleep. Normally I'm an early riser. And listen, I mean, Donald Trump says if you're going to be extremely successful, you've got to be able to handle pressure. He said it's the number one trait of all highly successful millionaires, people that have massive success, is to be able to handle massive amounts of pressure. And when I first heard that 2 years ago, Mike, I didn't understand it. Today, I understand it more than ever. I will say this, though. As much as I'm a pusher and a driver and a go-getter, in times when I've had massive stress, I've had to let myself sleep. It was the only way my body could handle, all the water and all the juicing and all the exercise is almost in vain to the person that doesn't sleep. So remember the value and importance of sleep, Sherry. I don't know how much sleep you're getting, true sleep, good sleep, quality sleep. Mike, I just had to do it, man. I mean, Mike and I think both of us, I was like, dude, I just went to take a 20-minute nap and I woke up 3 hours later, So, I'll see if I can get to that question in a minute, Brandy. Good question. Ask it again because I think I might have missed it. So yeah, dude, I'm like, when I'm in times of high stress, it's not uncommon for me to sleep 10 hours. And it's okay. I've learned to be okay with that. And no guilt and no like, oh my God, I'm such a slacker. You know, it's the only way for your body needs it. Your body needs that because of what stress does to the body. Sometimes sleep is the only way to heal.
Good. Hey, I put the link to Caleb's book right there. It's on Amazon. You can also just go to Amazon. If you're listening on the podcast, go to Amazon.com right now and type in Caleb Maddox in the search box. It'll pop right up, Keys to Success for Kids. Pick up a copy. You won't regret it. Hey, we're at 30 minutes, man, but I want to ask you another follow-up question here real quick.
Mike, I just want to say, before you do, this is your show and this is our show, baby. And if you want one more question, you literally ask that thing like you've never asked it. It's our show, man.
Oh,
all right, go ahead.
Thanks, man.
What's the question?
I don't remember anymore. But I always try to change the subject real quick when you get on sleeping because I don't sleep very much. So, and I know that that's probably the one thing that I really need to focus on in my health. I have been sleeping more than I used to.
This is back to Max here, author of.
Whoa.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah, this video
You gonna be all right there?
Yeah. Sorry about that, my friend.
Hey, let's Ashley asked a question about entrepreneurs. We're going to get to that on Thursday, Ashley, if you're watching later. I know you had to drop for a minute, but we'll get to that later this week. And I want to ask you this, just one final question. What is your favorite healthy food to cook? We're going to leave that health tip with our people. Favorite healthy meal? If I was coming over and I'm like, Matt, make me something awesome, amazing, and healthy, what would you cook for me?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would, for you or anybody, if they like salmon, then I would do a lemon grilled salmon with a little bit of goat cheese melted on top with some grilled veggies, a little bit of brown rice, and a small little good spinach salad. That's what I would make. Now, does that sound good or what? Now, Caleb's telling me I need to start like videoing my cooking only for those in My Health 90. So think that might be next level for us, Mike, coming soon for good old My Health 90 years is videoed recipes. So guys, understand this. My Health 90 is more than just weight loss. We give a lot in My Health 90. There's a lot of coaching. There's a lot of good practical tips that we give. There's daily interaction. So I do want everyone out there that has never visited the website, myhealth90.com, and even those that are in My Health 90 and you haven't gone gold yet, you know who you are. It's time to go gold. We want you to stay in the My Health 90 family at least a year and come on in and let us spend a year training you and coaching you and motivating you and staying in our community. So there's the website right there, myhealth90.com. Go to it, check it out. There's 3 different payment plans. You can join for $11 a week. You only pay $11 a week for 12 weeks. You know what I tell people? Look, do it for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, cancel it. What do you lose, $22? Nope. Because if you really wanted us to with no problems, we would not be mad at you. We would refund your $22. That's how confident we are that you would love it. So you're at zero risk by joining. So you want to pay for it up front, you save some money. It's obviously only $97. I want you to make a list of 10 things you've spent $100 on. Do it today, and then ask yourself, what's the cost of gold? The gold is actually awesome. It's only $11 a month for a year, or it's $39 every what, Mike? 3 months, or it's $97 for the whole year. So you have a year, you get daily coaching and touches and still a weekly coaching video. So yeah, it's awesome, Brandy, for sure. Whole year, plus staying in the Facebook community family page that we have. But yeah, Mike, check it out. I'm going to hang on Periscope 5 more minutes, Mike. So I know we're done on our show here. But Mike, real quick,
Yeah.
How about you, man? What did you think of the meal? Would you eat it? Would you like it?
The salmon? I would love it.
Yeah. Would you like the goat cheese melted on it, kid?
I do like goat cheese in moderation, and
Yeah.
just a little bit. I like that you said just a little bit. I would be okay without the goat cheese as well, but it sounds like it add a nice element of flavor to that. And I love the lemon. When you say lemon grilled, fantastic. I'd like to see what herbs you put on it, if any, and spices. But wonderful. One of the things that really, when I tell people how to cook healthy and when I try to cook healthy, I use a lot of spices. A lot of peppers, a lot of spice, a lot of cayenne, those sort of things, because I like bold flavors, and things just come alive with a lot of spice and a lot of herbs, and fresh herbs, especially this time of year. They're so plentiful. So use them. Get experimental. Go crazy. What's the worst case, right? It's not the best. You try it. You modify it. You tweak it. Come on. Life is fun. Have fun with it.
It's fun. Add more spice. Just don't add more sweet.
Right.
Hey, we love you guys. Mike, thanks for your time, bro. Enjoy it. Always good hanging with you. We'll be back tomorrow for a celebration. Mike and I are going to give some stuff away. We're going to have fun tomorrow. We're going to laugh a lot. We're going to tell some funny stories. We're going to give you some inside scoops of some crazy things Mike and I have done to survive, and Mission 25 talks, and, probably talk about the future a little bit of Fuel for Success. Maybe we might go back to every day. We don't know. We're not saying we are. We might go to 2 shows a day, y'all. Just with Mike and I on our tombstones, I want the words "you never know" written on. That's all I want. I want people to, when I'm gone, I want them to say this about him. You just never know. So you never know, man. So go join with us tomorrow at 9:30. As always, don't forget, Mike, real quick, if you don't mind me giving a shout out about the Matt and Caleb show. I'm actually going to do our show this morning. Probably going to start doing it right after Fuel for Success at 10:30. So any of you guys that want to watch it, or you got kids especially, Caleb gives a lot of good stuff that I think would be good for teenagers and kids to hear. And then I just pretty much talk a lot to parents. It's kind of like a kid parenting show, but we slide in other stuff as well. So just a little shout out for that. Please get Caleb's book on Amazon. And if you haven't gotten my book on Amazon, you're way behind. And so go check it out. What's that, Mike?
I said, yeah, you're way behind. Real quick, the Matt and Caleb show is amazing. Definitely check it out. I've watched many of the episodes. Great stuff, great content. You can, if you're following Matt here on Spreecast, you'll get the notification. Follow him on Periscope, you'll see it. Follow him on Twitter, Facebook. If you can't find it, you're not trying. So definitely check it out. And if you haven't seen it, it's also here on Spreecast. You can watch the archives. Excuse me.
Awesome. Mike, you get to feeling better. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30, y'all, for episode 300 of Fuel for Success. God bless y'all, and thanks for watching, my friends.
See y'all tomorrow.